News about Wonder Woman 1984 second weekend drop is in, right? And it's a 67% drop, which is pretty steep. And the movie's haters would probably say, well, yeah, this is an indictment on the film because it was terrible. I didn't like it. And neither did anybody else, neither did a lot of other people. And that's part of the reason. Wonder Woman 1984 was disappointing for a good number of people, not everyone. But I do think there were some other reasons that contributed to this. But, listen to these reasons I have and see what you think. Number one, the pandemic, right? I mean, it's no secret that because of the situation we're in right now, people in general, even if they like movies, a lot of them, they aren't going to risk going to the theater because they're afraid of getting the disease, the sickness that's going around, right? Now, you could say even in spite of that, the first weekend, at least when it dropped in like the United States and a lot of people, that didn't stop a lot of people from going out. Wonder Woman 1984, I think, enjoyed like a very good opening weekend given these times, like 16 million in the U.S., North America, not counting all these other countries. So, having a 67% drop is steep. True, but most of the people who like the character of Wonder Woman and are seeing the movie right now, they're in the United States. In the United States, the pandemic is supposed to be getting worse for a lot of people now. Or at least there's that fear that it is, because for some reason, I guess because, it's cold or whatever, that's supposed to make things worse, like compound the problem. So it could be a lot more people are just too scared to go out. Maybe. Number two, yeah, the movie's quality. As I mentioned, there are a lot of people who enjoyed Wonder Woman 1984. Like, they cried, tears of, like, joy and, like, or sadness in a good way, the way the movie intended, right? I have to admit, I liked some parts of the movie, and I thought that, a speech Wonder Woman gave in the movie was pretty moving. There were a lot of other people who they weren't feeling this movie, right? They thought that speech was cheesy. They thought the movie overall was cheesy. And it's been generating a lot of negative word of mouth. And, the reviews have been tanking as more and more people have seen it. So I do think that's a factor. If more people liked Wonder Woman 1984, this drop-off wouldn't be 67%, it would be lower. They say like, 40s or lower is good. 50s is like solid, but anything more than that, 67, 60 and higher, that's a bad drop off. And I do think that if more people had enjoyed this movie, it probably the drop off wouldn't have been so steep. And number three, HBO Max. I think a lot of people, at least in the US, this is evidence that a lot of them may have decided, if I can just watch this movie at home, I'm going to do that instead of going to the theater, right? I mean, if you already subscribe to HBO Max, you can just watch the movie like on your iPad or computer, Roku, whatever. Or, you can just, if you don't have HBO Max, you can subscribe to it to watch the movie. And a lot of people may have made that choice. So that might be harming things. And that would be a very interesting reason, because that might not necessarily mean people don't like the movie. They're just choosing not to watch it in theaters because it's more convenient for them to watch it at home. It's cheaper too. Like, even though HBO Max is about $15 for people, it's still cheaper than what you would pay for a movie ticket if you got like food and drinks and stuff, popcorn, hot dog, or whatever on top of your movie ticket. Especially if you were paying for a date or for your family, right? That would be even like exponential, well, just more, expensive, right? But you could have your date or your family watch it at home with you for that one HBO Max subscription price, which is a lot cheaper. So, this drop-off may be evidence of how streaming is impacting the theatrical movie release model if people can make that choice. I saw the movie on my iPad because I subscribed to HBO Max, but I also paid and went and saw it in theaters too, because I have a weakness for hot buttered popcorn, and I do like the theatrical experience, but that's my choice. Most other people aren't going to make their choice. They're going to see it in theaters once, or on streaming once or multiple times. Not both. But hopefully, these takeaways will be things that Patty Jenkins and Warner Brothers will take to heart, right? To try to make Wonder Woman 3 more popular with more people than Wonder Woman 2, aka Wonder Woman 1984 was, right? I do think that movie should have had Wonder Woman 1984, more action that was better choreographed. And I think they're going to need to do that for Wonder Woman 3. Among other things. A lot of people didn't like the storyline. Depending on who you talk to, Wonder Woman 1984 had a lot of problems. But I think a lot of people would have liked that movie better, in spite of its storyline and stuff, if it had had some awesome action and more of it. But anyways, those are my 3 reasons why I think Wonder Woman 1984 had a 67% drop off in its second weekend. Do you agree or not? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.